ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो नारायणाय। Kuvalayapida, the rogue elephant, alarmed at the breaking of the divine bow by Sri Krishna, Kamsa thought of a plan to get rid of him. Kamsa sent an invitation to Sri Krishna and Balarama to witness a duel at the amphitheater. Now, in response to that invitation, Sri Krishna and Balarama accompanied Akrura to witness the duel in the amphitheater. Scores of people had lined the streets to welcome them both. Krishna had just foreseen Kamsa's plan and was prepared to take on the challenges ahead. At the entrance to the amphitheater, Kamsa had kept an intoxicated elephant by name Kuvalayapida. The elephant tried to attack Sri Krishna and Balarama. However, Sri Krishna maneuvered, pushed the elephant down, plucked its tusks and put an end to it using the tusks. Chanura and Mushtika. Sri Krishna and Balarama entered the large assembly hall with the tusk in hand. Hearing Kamsa's false praise, both said that they were only children. Sri Krishna was just 12 years then, and so were not fit to engage in a duel with the powerful Mushtika and Chanura. Nevertheless, taking the gauntlet thrown at them, Kamsa's wrestlers were handled with amazing speed and were post-haste done to death. Now comes Kamsavadham. Now was the turn to put an end to the wicked Kamsa, who had even imprisoned Ugrasena the ruler. Kamsa was thrown off his high seat in the amphitheater during a hand-to-hand fight with Sri Krishna, and that marked the end of Kamsa and his tyranny in Mathura. Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardhanam Devagi Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Ugrasena was reinstalled as the king of Mathura. Vasudeva, that is Anaga Dundubi, and Devagi were set free. Bowing before them, Sri Krishna spoke feelingly of how he and Balarama could neither enjoy nor give comfort and care for parents, and thus failing to fulfill a son's duty to parents. Even through 100 years of service to them, one may not be able to repay in full measure the debt owed to the parents who have given birth to and nourished them. Sarvartha sambhavo deho janitaha poshido yataha nattayoryadi nirvesham pitror matyaha shatayusha. It is very important to note here that Krishna was giving a message of how important it is for sons to take care of the parents, especially when they get old. And in another instance, when Nanda and others were returned to Braja, Sri Krishna said these meaningful and soothing words, quote, Sapida sa janini yo pushnetam saputravad shishun bandubir ulsrashtan akalpaihi posharakshane. He is father and she is the mother who nourish like their own offspring. The baby is uncared for by relations. So this was in praise of Nanda and Yashoda, who had nourished them and taken full care of them. Later, we will see how Sri Krishna fulfills Devaki's desire to see her 6 sons who were born before Sri Krishna and who had been done to death by Kamsa. Also, we will see later Sandipani, the Guru's son, brought back to life by Sri Krishna. Dwaraka, the city of Dwaraka or Kushasthali. This city had been built by Revata, a scion of Rahyadi, father of Sukanya, who had married sage Chavana. Revata's son Kagudmi had a daughter by name Revati. She was given in marriage to Balarama on the advice of Lord Brahma. Kagudmi had approached Lord Brahma along with the daughter Revati, seeking his blessings for a life partner. Kagudmi had in mind royal princess, but who all did not exist anymore due to passage of time. The Lord reminded him that all the 4 yugas had gone past the 27th cycle. Thus, the 28th cycle of Dwapar Yuga had set in when Balarama married Revati. Also, Krishnavadar itself was in the same 28th cycle of Dwapar Yuga. This also means that all the 4 yugas, from Krita or Satya to Kali, complete one cycle after another. That is why we are now in the 28th cycle of Kali Yuga, Attavimshaditame Kali Yuge, after the 28th cycle of Dwapar Yuga. We will now go to the background to Dwaraka. Sri Krishna had, through Vishwakarma, the architect of gods, got a fortress and a city within that, in the sea of Dwaraka. It had a moat and full protection. It had the divine assembly hall Sudharma from Indra's kingdom, and also a Parijata tree from Indra, under which one would not feel exhaustion, hunger or thirst. Sri Krishna had, through Yogamaya, caused the entire Yadava population, including kith and kin, transported from Mathura to Dwaraka on the west coast, with none remembering the past life in Mathura. This was Bhagavan's way of protecting the innocent from the onslaught of adversaries like Jarasandha, who had been attacking Mathura many a time. Jarasandha was the father-in-law of Kamsa and had therefore wanted to take revenge against Yadavas. We shall see later how Jarasandha was killed. That will be when Sri Krishna and Balarama moved to Dwaraka. Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Narayana Akila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Sarvatra Govinda Nama Sankirtanam Govinda Govinda.